You know what? This is some nice stuff here. You know, I call it nature made a la natural compost. Look at that. That's been there for years. I can probably get 4 or 5 buckets down through here. And see, you don't really have to dig, you just have to drag it up. Some nice stuff. And all it is them cedar needles and whatever else decomposed right here. I've almost got a 5-gallon bucket here. I tell you what, when you're on a shoestring like I am, you grab what you can grab. If it's free, you better get it. Now I need to get up a little closer. Put that right there. Back up a little bit. And look right here. Look right here. Nice stuff. I know one thing, if I'm gonna do this much, I need to have my little clippers here to cut these vines just going through that. What is that? Rock. Alright, let's see if I can get a little. Wow. Might not be as much here as I thought it'd be here. All right. That'll do for a bucket. Okay. See what this looks like. Oh yeah. See that? Golly. This will make good boy, I wished I had a one of those yard back when I had my greenhouse and everything and I was really into the plants. There was a place in some woods that I found that was like this, just acres of it. And I must have got 4 or 5 yards of this stuff. You know, a yard of stuff. A yard is 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. 27 cubic feet in a yard. And I must have got 4 or 5 yards out of that. And no, I didn't have permission. I didn't think I needed permission because it was government, it was state forest. And I was in there one day getting some more, and up pulled this mint green pickup truck with a big brown and gold shield painted on the side. State of Florida or something. And he walked over. "What are you doing, my friend?" He said, "You got a permit to do this?" I said, "A permit?" He said, "Yes, sir. You need to get a permit before you take anything off of this government land." So I said, "No, sir, I don't. But now that you tell me I need one, I'll get one because I come over here a lot." He said, "Well, make sure you got a permit before you come back over here and do that. And then he was going to be real hard-nosed about it and made me dump out the buckets I had. Sure did. Sure did. I've misplaced my digging rake somewhere and I don't know. I don't know where it's at. Jaden calls it a pickaxe, but it's not a pickaxe. But I do a lot of digging with it. I can't imagine where it's at. But I want you to look at this now, folks. This is good stuff. Good stuff. And it's free. But yeah, he made me dump it all out right there on the thing. You can look here, I finally got my hole covered here. And I just covered up my, all my, pine cone ginger lilies right here. I got them all covered. They're in the ground, but they're all in one spot. Now, as I sell them, I'll dig up some pieces. I may be pinning up a tree on it, but you know what? I sure got the rhizomes. But this is going to be my good stuff. Now I've got some rhizomes here that I'm going to plant. I'm going to put them in a pot and grow some. Now there's still some more in the ground over there, but I don't know how many. But I'm definitely going to be matter of fact, I might ought to do that today. They got nice little sprouts on them. So let's see. All right. That stuff I just picked up out there. I'm gonna mix this half and half with my good potting soil that I'm gonna grow those pine cone ginger lily rhizomes in, but I'm gonna mix it up here in my thing. See if I can do it without busting my butt. Wait a minute. I can't remember if I'm even... Yeah, I'm recording. Okay. Pick myself up. Alright, that's one of those. Okay. Now, what I do. I gotta sit down. What I do with my lid? Well, I don't see my lid. What did I do with my lid? It's bright yellow. I can't see it. Use this one. Okay. I'm gonna mix it up. I don't know how many times I need to turn it. I'm gonna check it now. Can't know what the heck I did with that lid. Whew. I'm tired. Alright. Am I still recording? Yeah. Okay. Let's open this booger up. Alright, I'm gonna give it a couple more turns. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay. Now, I don't know what I did with that darn lid. Now I gotta get a 5-gallon bucket and put it under there. Where's that lid? Oh, I see it. It's behind the thing. Okay. I need to. I wish I could find my little. Oh, right there it is. I found it. I found it. From now on, when you hear me saying I need to find my pickaxe, that's my pickaxe. That's what my baby grandson called it. Okay. Now I need, there's one right over there. my pickaxe. I got a subscriber, her name's Lucille Brown. And Lucille had a daughter in 1970 and she named it Jennifer. My wife and I had a daughter in 1970 and we named her Jennifer. In 1972, Lucille had another daughter, and in 1972 me and my wife had a child, also had a child in 1972. She had a daughter, we had a son. My son being the one that was killed in the traffic accident. Oh, I need to pull up. Okay, it mixes it up pretty good, but it's hard to figure out where that dirt's going to fall. When I turn it around there, there's still some in there. Okay, I got one. All right, I put 2 pots of the mix in there and 2 pots of my soil. And you would think I'd be getting I would be getting 4 pots of mix. I may get 3 pots. But it makes a good mix. It makes a good mix. See where? It does that. Now let's see if I can maybe get 3 pots. That's what I'm getting. Not quite 3 pots. Now if I could get all that up off the ground. I had some spill out behind there. I suppose what I would have to do is put a big catch thing down there. It's what I would have to do. Anyway, I just about trashed my table. Just about trashed my table. Wait a minute, let me get moved out of the way. I'll run into my table and I'm gonna have to.
What do I do?
What?
What do I have to do?
Alright, let me. Go around to that side over there. What happened?
Man, I stepped on something.
Lift that cover off. I'm gonna set some of these tools off so it ain't so heavy. Set the saw and all that stuff off in the dirt. Now what I want to do, wait a minute. Yeah, go ahead and set that off too. Alright, I want to pick it up and set it up against that one there. Go, yo, go. You need to go that way. What's in the way?
Nothing.
What's caught? Wait a minute. Something's chesting something.
Maybe the buckets?
Here, move that. See if you can move that. There's a handle. A little bit more, it's gonna hit yet.
That's all I can do.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where'd that knock off? Alright, let's go that way. Alright, right, that's good. Alright. Oh, man, that was a job, folks. Wow, I am tired. I've done so much today. I'm just about ready to go in. Had several things go wrong today. Sometimes I think if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. But you know what? In hindsight, I suppose I have been lucky a time or two. I don't think I ever told this story or not, but I'm gonna tell it. Back when I was 15, living with my daddy in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, we was living in the boarding house. He finally got his driver's license back, and he went, and I knew when he got them back he wasn't gonna keep them because he kept losing them. And he went and bought a 19, let's see, this was 1956. He went and bought a 1948 Ford Coupe Ford convertible. Red, I mean it was red. And it was a nice car. And at that time I didn't have a driver's license. But he let me drive some, you know, not much, but he let me drive. And well, I had a learner's permit. And family reunion was coming up every Labor Day weekend. The Pearson family reunion. And at that time we was having them in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. And that was about 130 or 40 miles from Winston-Salem. So he got off of work. This is on a Friday. He got off of work early, and I didn't go to school that day, and we lit out in that 1948 red convertible. Hot dog, man. We thought we was hot stuff. I did. But every once in a while, Daddy would pull out this bottle and take him a nip. And it was not tax-paid liquor, it was moonshine. He loved that moonshine. And it started getting dark. And we noticed the lights was getting dim. Looked down at the what do you call it? You know, the thing that tells you whether you're charging or discharging. And sure enough, it was discharging, so that meant the generator wasn't putting out. He went and looked at it, and he couldn't figure nothing out, and he stopped at this gas station, pulled in there, and had them put a quick charge on the battery. Now here's a 35-year-old man, should know more than me. And he's thinking with that charge on there, that would get us to Roanoke Rapids. Well, that was crap. There was no way. Running at night with your lights on, you're not going that far. And directly, and he kept hitting that bottle. And I knew we had a problem. And then he stopped. He stopped. It was a straight shift. He stopped, took another nip, and passed out. And So I'm kind of scared, you know, and everything. But we had a flashlight, and I went out there and raised that hood and looking at that generator and everything. And sure enough, I'll be there in a minute. Sure enough, there was one of the wires come unplugged from the generator. And that's why it wasn't charging. So I plugged it back up, and it wasn't enough juice to start the car. And so with a straight shift, see, you can push the clutch in and get somebody to push you. And as they get rolling a little bit, and have it in gear. You usually have it in, I usually put them in second gear. And let somebody push. When you get rolling, then you pop that clutch out and it'll catch and start the car. But it was just me, it was dark. We were sitting in another, it was like a country store or something. And I went in there and to see if there was a couple people to come there and give me a shove and me get it started, and I was gonna drive it. Daddy's passed out. And by this time he's in the back seat, sleeping it off. So a couple of guys and a lady come out there and got it started. Well, they pushed me, and when we got it started, and the generator was charging, and I could see it was charging. So I was gonna drive us the rest of the way, which I guess we was about 60 or 70 miles from where we was going. And then guess what? I got stopped. State policeman stopped me. What is that? I don't know what that. He stopped. He wanted to see my driver's license. All I got is a learner's permit. And he looked at that learner's permit, and he said, well, who's the other licensed driver that's supposed to be with you? I said, well, he's in the back seat asleep. And he said, well, that's not going to get it. And he started trying to wake Daddy up, and there's no way. I know Daddy, when he passed out, he was out. He said, is he drunk? I said, yes, sir. And he said, where are you going? I said, to Roanoke Rapids. He said, well, that's about 50 or 60 miles from here. And he said, well, I'm gonna cut you some slack. And he said, don't you drive, but you sit here till he sobers up, and then y'all take off. And I'm like, oh, yes, sir, you know. And the trooper left, and we sit there about an hour. And I hopped back in that driver's seat. I started that thing up and headed to Roanoke Rapids. And I got to Roanoke Rapids and pulled in Aunt Mamie and Uncle Jack's driveway. Because I knew it was a bit, the Grandma and Granddaddy's house was right across the field there, peanut field. But I didn't want to go up there and Grandma know Daddy's drunk. Pull in there, and Uncle Jack, the light come on. Uncle Jack come out and Aunt Mamie's behind him. And they was like, "Where's Russell? Where's your daddy?" Said he's in the back seat. He said, "How do you get here?" And I said, "I drove here." And he said, is Russell drunk?" And I had to tell him, "Yeah." Boy, the crap hit the fan. They was raising Cain. And he was still out. But they didn't know I had a learner's permit. They want to know how I learned how to drive. I said, "Well, I got a learner's permit." He said, "But you're supposed to have somebody with you that's a licensed driver." And I said, "Well, Daddy's his licensed driver now. He got his license back. But he's laying back there drunk." Yeah. Oh my goodness. That was awful. I remember one time I was going on a trip with Daddy, but I was really young. And how was I can't remember exactly how that was. I can't remember. But the car was giving us trouble, and I can't remember what was wrong with it. Can't remember that. That was way back. It wasn't even his car. But yeah, my daddy was a drunk. I can't never remember when he wasn't drinking. Can't never remember. Well, I need to get my stuff covered up, and it's about 5 o'clock. So, anyway, that's my story for today, and I'm sticking to it. Yes, I am. And I guess that's it for this video today. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'll see you in the next one. See ya.